Laura here. Happy Friday to you guys, if it's your Friday, and welcome to our team training for the week. Today is, let me see, it is May 29th, 2015. Um, Never know the date anymore. I'm just kind of in my little shell, I feel like. But so today I'm going to kind of talk with you guys. You've probably seen, or I hope you've seen, kind of my interaction on our team page. And if you guys saw, I have big goals for 2015 for the end of this year. We are already almost to June, and so we have 6 months left of this year. And I don't know about you guys, but I had huge goals that I wanted to hit this year. And I am not on track. I'm not on track with my goals. So I've kind of just been, a sitting duck in a pond because I have, kind of just been toying with the idea of, going diamond or star diamond. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you can go and check it out in our Coach Online office, or reach out to me and I can explain it to you. But, and so I still do. I have these goals and ambitions that I want to pursue. And, I was just kind of playing with the idea. And now, I'm realizing a lot of things. I'm going to go into that in just a second here. But I am ready. I'm ready to kick it into high gear. I don't know about you guys, but I know I've talked with a lot of you and you have ambitious goals, amazing goals. You want to, fire your own boss. You want to make a supplemental income on the side and help family and friends with Shakeology and our fitness programs and that sort of thing. And some of you don't even have goals, but you have been killing your own personal health and fitness journeys. And, and it's inspiring me every single week to keep going and to stay on track with my own goals. And so I know we all have these amazing transformations and stories, things that we want to tell people. And I know for me, the biggest thing that has held me back in this business for this long, as many of you guys know, I signed up in November 2013 as a coach. I didn't start working my business until January of 2014. I spent, those first, that was about a month and a half, just, drinking my Shakeology and starting my workouts with Hip Hop Abs. That was all I did. And it's gotten me to where I am today as a coach, to where I want to help others and pursue health and fitness with them. But I have been struck by that fear factor, right? And no, I'm not talking about the show where we eat spiders or bugs or anything like that. Real life, like, is this going to work out? Is this, is what I'm offering people the right solution, the best solution for them? Do I have it in me to run a business? Do I, on my own? And these are the things that I have been simmering on for too long. Or, it's this wall and I need to overcome it. And my question to you guys is, are you going to climb this wall with me? Are you going to overcome this obstacle with me? Because I want you there. I know I do. I know you have it in you just as much as I do. And you believe in the products. You believe in our company and what we're doing every single day, because you're doing it already. You're drinking your Shakeology every day. You're doing your workouts, as consistently as you can. You're feeling better. You're feeling healthier. You're being more active than you were before. And that, to outsiders, is a solution. We have a solution to people, and that's what I want to dive into for our call today. So before I go ahead and do that, I want to let you guys know that I'm not messing around here. This is serious business for me. I want to help as many people as we can as a team together here to ride out the wave of 2015. So message me. You guys all have, I'm pretty sure, my phone number, so 503-560-0927, or you can, personal message me on Facebook, reach out to me through email. Let me know. Are you in it to win it with me? Are you ready to do this? I know it's scary. It's scary for me too. I have no idea how it's going to turn out. I have the best, intentions in my heart and in my mind, and that's what we're going to go with. So if you guys trust me enough, believe me enough to go with me as a leader, then I'm asking you to reach out to me. So that is, so we have the solution. And what I mean by that is, I remember, and I'm just going to kind of give you guys a little insight to what my life was like about 5 years ago. When I was a barista, this was the hardest time of my life. It was, a big trial in my mind. It was a lot of heartache, a lot of sweat and blood and tears, and quite literally. And it was something that I just wanted to forget about for the longest time. It was something that I tried to forget about. It was something that I, just put on the back burner. I put myself on the back burner for so long, and I was just embarrassed about who I was. And it was because it was 11-hour days working in the coffee shop. I stood majority of that time. I wasn't much, I always found something to do. I was someone that always tried to keep myself busy. And so I would just go to work and I would work for that entire time. I would be exhausted by the time I got home. We had, slams of people to where, that's what we call it, we get it like a slam, and of people to where it was back to back to back. This was a drive-through coffee shop, so it was back to back drive-through cars for 4 or 5 hours at a time. There was no break. There was no vacation time when it came to wanting time off from my boss. I was the person that was there at the shop when he left to go on vacations for 2 weeks at a time. So I was the one doing it, running the business for that time. I was the one that got called in every time somebody called in and was sick or couldn't make it that day. I ran the business. I ran the shop when nobody else was there. And that was, every person's job, but I also did ordering, and I also, did all these extra things. And when we didn't have customers, I wouldn't sit down and just snack. I would clean. I'd clean my butt off because, the boss's mom was a neat freak. And so I would go and clean and wipe everything down to keep the peace in the coffee shop and not get yelled at the next day. That was my life. That was my life for about 3 years. The first year that I worked there, I wasn't that big of a, I was more of a slacker, to be honest with you guys. So that was what it was. And to say that I wasn't drained or tired or depressed or exhausted would be a lie, because I was, it took all my energy just to put a happy face on that day. And as much as I love my customers and built relationships with them, it was hard. It was tough. And there were times where I didn't have time for myself. I didn't have time to sit down and have a meal. I would try. I would, make meals the night before. I would get up at 4:15 in the morning, so I would prep my food around 8 o'clock at night every single night before. I was exhausted, and I would just, take some measuring cups, and this was before, I knew about 21-day fix, which has made my life a lot easier. So I would, take these measuring cups and try and, coordinate it, make it just right, and get my portions just right, even though they actually weren't accurate now that I look back. Try to make this soup or sandwich and stuff that I could eat, in between customers. And that was nearly impossible when it came to a sandwich and like getting food in my mouth and teeth and everything. Sorry about that. We still have a landline, so I'm gonna let that ring. But it was also stuff like, okay, sorry guys. Okay, sorry about that. So I would have, try and make these foods to where I could eat them in between customers and not have it in my teeth, and just, make life simpler for me. And it was really tough because I would end up, just snacking on soup or crackers or, Golden Grams or Teddy Grams or a Costco muffin because we had those in the fridge there at work. I would drink coffee from 6 to 11 o'clock in the morning, and I would, and then drink some more in the afternoon so I could hurry up, close out, and go home. That was my day. That was my life. And it was, you know, like I said before, it was draining. And so I wish that I had something like that we have now. I knew that, I knew that there was companies out there somewhere, making something that was healthy and that you could drink on the go. I tried making my own smoothies and they were terrible. They were disgusting. So if you guys want to know, it was collard greens, and these were frozen, not fresh. If you ever just checked out collard greens and just took a bite of them, they're pretty bitter, with like mango chunks. And if you guys have seen those tiny little mango bags at the grocery store, you know how expensive they are and that they're just not worth it. Maybe a fresh mango every once in a while, but in Oregon, expensive. And some other type of fruit, and I would try and blend that up with like water or almond milk or hemp milk and like chia seeds, and they get stuck in your teeth again. And ugh, it was the nastiest thing I had ever tried. And I think that really, was the end game for me when it came to trying to make some form of healthy smoothie. And I tried to convince myself that they were good. They were not good. So that was, the stuff that I went through, just to try and keep my health in line. It was very off. I would, the most I had ever gained in weight wise was about 15 pounds. And that was so uncomfortable for me because I knew that it was all, water weight and junk food like the Costco muffins I was talking about, because I knew I wasn't, because I was, experimenting and trying these different weird diets, and because I just wasn't feeling like myself again, like I was getting enough nourishment because I wasn't eating as healthy as I did when we grew up as kids. My mom's always been very, into nutrition. So we, were up on those things. We knew, that brown rice was more fulfilling and had better nutrients than white rice. And we knew, that whole apples rather than those pre-packaged apple slices didn't have any added sugar or any preservatives or anything like that. So it was little things like that that I knew, but got away from when I got older. And it was really hard to keep up on those things. And I just didn't know where to start or what to do. So my weight fluctuated, my confidence fluctuated because I had never gone through anything like this before in my life, or that before in my life. And, I would just end up doing squats in the back of the coffee shop. We had this big box of white chocolate. It was 5 pounds. Yes, 5 pounds of powdered white chocolate, and I would hold that and do 10 squats or 15 squats, and I would, do that 2 or 3 times and call that my workout for the day. Was it beneficial? I don't know. In my mind, it made me feel better about myself, but I think it was more just it was a bunch of things that needed tailored and fixed. And so put yourself in, maybe you've been in situations like that before, you can relate to some of that, and that it's miserable and it's not where you want to be. And now I know for myself, I look back and I think, and I, almost feel like it's a pity party looking back there. It's like, oh man, I can't believe, I feel so much better now. I'm so much more thankful to what we have to offer today, like the 21-day fix and meal prepping. I teach that in our 7-day clean eating challenges, how to meal prep. It's still not my favorite thing just because of my terrible memories. So, put on some music or make it enjoyable and that sort of thing. So people don't have to go through that same misery that I did. And drinking Shakeology. That is the easiest thing that you could do for best thing that you can do for someone. Think about it. If we have all these nutrients, these benefits, lowering cholesterol, weight loss, lowering blood pressure. It's clinically proven to do those things because of the whole foods and the nutrient density that's in Shakeology. Is that not crazy? Is that not mind-blowing? It took me so long to really, look at Shakeology and be like, yeah, this stuff is for real. This is the shit. And everybody needs this because it's something to where somebody out there right now can be struggling like I was when I was a barista, and they just want something to sip on as they are in between customers or as they're blowing down, the aisle and walking back and forth at work. Anything just to, feel better and have that, fast-paced lifestyle and be healthy at the same time. We have that solution. We have that with Shakeology. There's people out there that work 10, 12, 20 hours a day, however many hours a day. They don't have time for an hour workout. They don't have time for 30-minute workout. What do they have time for? 10 minutes. We have 10-minute trainer. And we have that now as a club member. So they can, sign up with Shakeology and get for $10, 90 days worth of the club trial and try out a 10-minute trainer for $10. That's what we have to offer people. We have these solutions and we know they work because I've seen it with you guys. I've seen you, killing your workouts, rocking your Shakeology, and finding a recipe that works for you. Why not pay that forward to others? That's what we need to be doing, is paying that forward to others as a team, as a coach. And I know it's scary, and I know it means sharing our stories, sharing our struggles, sharing those unpretty moments with people. I used to think it sounded like I was complaining or I was whining, but when I realized that, it's okay to share that whiny sounding story, and then you have a solution at the end. You're no longer, maybe you still, have obstacles to overcome. Who doesn't? Nobody is perfect. We all have them. But you have found something that is working, that you're getting, overcoming those obstacles with. That can be somebody that wants, to run with you and try Shakeology and drink it with you. That could mean somebody that wants to try 10-minute trainer and wants you as their coach just to show up every day and hold them accountable to doing it. We have, all the guidelines in our back office, so you're not having to coach them on your own. And I'm here. You can always team up, buddy up with me, and we can run a challenge group together or workout group together. That's what this is. And the big picture in my mind, to me, is I want, I can want it, but people have to want it for themselves. But I know in my life, I'd rather be on a walk in the evening than going and drinking with my buddies at the bar. I would rather, have a whole kind of splurge meal from home, but that's home cooked and, made with like love and real pasta and has, like real whipped cream or something. I'd rather have that at home than go out and, have some cheap meal that just isn't really satisfying. And I'd rather have, time alone with my family and then go out and make friends that maybe I don't really like, but I'm, in a situation at work to where we hang out all the time. That's what coaching has brought into my life. That is what I can do now. And these things before, I thought they were so scary and so unheard of because I wasn't surrounded by those like-minded people. And, with the Epic Dream Team, they've given me that support, that confidence, and the reality to know that we can do those things and we have that within us. If you want it, you can do it. So I really hope, I brushed on the topic and that I got it through to you guys, that topic of today, we have the solution. We have the answers for people and they're looking for somebody just like us to say, hey, I've tried this. You sound like you're struggling in this area. Do you want to try it? Maybe this will work for you too. And you can say that with, I would say, 100% certainty that it's going to work for them, but it's whether or not, it's just getting their feet a little wet and trying it out themselves too. So I hope that, brings to light for you guys, my goals from, this point on till the end of the year is to just help as many people as we can as a team, with whether it's with Shakeology or a challenge pack and getting started with health and fitness, or coaching and living a life from home and getting to do spend time with family and friends and people that you've lost contact with. Those are my goals, and I would love to hear your guys's. So either comment below, I'm going to post this in our True Bliss team page, or email me back and let me know. Let me know if you're in. So thank you so much, guys. I hope you all have a wonderful Friday. It's gorgeous outside. I think all of you guys are local, so it's gorgeous out. Let's enjoy the day. Have a good night.